Story follows Vivien and Roy, a couple who look perfect from the outside but are quietly struggling on the inside, carrying fears and secrets they never fully talk about. Vivien is full of passion and fire, the kind of person who feels everything deeply, while Roy is quieter and more controlled, believing that love should be steady rather than dramatic. They are supposed to be building a future together, but tension slowly grows between them as Vivien begins feeling like Roy is slipping away, distracted by work and weighed down by something he refuses to share. Their relationship really gets tested when they go on a trip meant to help them reconnect, but instead, it brings out all the unspoken things between them. On the drive and during the small moments, meals, walks, awkward conversations, they keep brushing up against questions they fear asking, especially Vivien, who senses that Roy is holding back in a way that could break them if she pushes too hard. When they arrive at Roy's childhood hometown, Vivien begins noticing how differently he acts there, almost like a version of him she's never met. Memories, people, and unfinished emotions start resurfacing for Roy, and Vivien watches him drift into a shadow of himself, struggling between his love for her and the parts of his past he never dealt with. As they visit old places tied to Roy's earlier life, Vivien starts to understand that love is not only about the happy moments but also about facing the ghosts someone carries, even when they don't want to be seen. The trip slowly turns into a mirror showing them who they truly are together, two people who love each other deeply but are terrified of the truths that love demands. As their days continue, Vivien becomes more determined to understand what Roy is hiding, not from a place of suspicion but from the fear of losing him to emotions he won't share. She tries to pull him closer with patience and softness, but Roy keeps slipping away, weighed down by a past heartbreak that still shapes the way he loves. When the truth finally comes out, it is raw and emotional. Roy once loved someone who left him shattered, and ever since, he has lived with the fear that anyone he loves deeply will eventually walk away. Instead of healing, he buried his pain so deep that even Vivien couldn't reach him, and now it's slowly poisoning everything between them. Hearing this hurts Vivien, not because he had a past, but because he never trusted her enough to hold his pain with him. Their argument becomes a turning point, messy, emotional, but honest in a way they have never been before. After the confrontation, both of them realize that love isn't a game of pretending to be perfect, nor is it about winning or losing, it's about choosing to stay even when things feel uncertain. Roy finally lets Vivien into the part of his heart he always protected, and Vivien understands that sometimes love grows strongest when two people stop running from their fears and start sharing them. The movie ends with them sitting together quietly, not magically fixed, not suddenly perfect, but connected in a deeper, real way that feels like the beginning of something healthier. Their journey shows that love isn't built on grand gestures alone but on vulnerability, trust, and the courage to let someone see the mess you hide behind your smile, turning the game of love into something real, fragile, and worth fighting for.